Welcome to the Human POV Reimagined. I'm Casie Lane, and today's session is called The Sight Beyond Sight. So let's begin with a question. And if you lost your vision tomorrow, what everyday task would you miss the most? I know a lot of us, we take things for granted. And when you lose your sight, that is you don't even think about all those like little things. But we're here to talk about how the AI glasses, these tiny devices with a built-in vision, intelligence, and empathy can restore more than just somebody's sight, but they can restore our human dignity. And here are just some house rules. There is a chat open inside of the portal. I would love to hear from you. You could drop emojis. You can ask anything. To be kind, be curious. This is really a safe space for new ideas and honest stories. Yes, sir, it's going to be a replay and then resources. You'll get like a link after. So there's no need to record or stress that you're not going to be able to make these. I'm planning these out for the next 3 months. It's going to be every Wednesday at 11:11 for 19 minutes. Don't worry, there's always going to be a replay for everybody who is interested. So with that, let's jump right into it. So a little bit about me. So my name is Casie Lane Millhouse. I'm the founder of Seshiu. This is a really wonderful kind of like moment, a circle moment for me. This is actually where it started. I think this was December 2023. I just left Meta. I think it was that week. And this is the Dare Festival in Singapore. And a wonderful woman organized this wonderful festival. So it's showcasing music, technologies, art. They also have play. It's just like a wonderful like gathering and showcase of people with disabilities. And I was there. I was asked to give a speech, and I did. And I met Lily there. So Lily is just a wonderful person. And I set out to build technology for people with disabilities. That has been my mission. And here we are, 16 months later. We do have a little bit of a product and we're ready to go. But I want to ask you if you could just design one AI feature or a XR feature, because AI is along with XR, what would that feature be? You know, for me, I have so many different ideas. Maybe because my brother is in a wheelchair as well. So I kind of grew up around people with disabilities. I feel like I have crazy disabilities at sometimes when I get hurt or when I'm sick. A lot of people tend to forget that people are differently abled at different periods of time. So what kind of design or feature would be very helpful for you? And that's how I want you to think about this. Because since I met Lily, we have been looking at different ideas. She really loves haptics. She really loves technology. So for over the past year, we've been exploring how things could be working. And I've been trying to find the right technology partners in order to do this. But now we're starting to see things that we're not just building tech, we're actually reimagining the human experience and starting with those who have been left behind. And today I want to show you what happens when AI really comes full circle with empathy. And I'm going to share with you a couple of clips. I hope I can still share the clips where I'm at. So this is Lily here. We're going to show you some unboxing. Let me show her where you can see her. So it's her testing the device. So she's just getting used to the device. She's learning what the different things are because I didn't tell her. I had her open it up and figure it out.
Yeah, so the top one is a voice wake up function.
And then I had to tell her.
Maybe.
Her dog is so cute.
Oh, do you want to make a whole dog thing?
So stop there because it took us a while to finally figure out how to use the product. So this is the things that we keep in mind when we're doing these initial tests. What are the ways that we can help people with disabilities really get onboarded into a device like this? Like when we open up an Apple product, usually it just like syncs right away. Like we need to start thinking about how can we do that with these sort of devices. I'm going to share one of the fun things that we were doing. It was like the first time in her life that she was actually seeing colors. You can't see it because my video was a little bit lower. That here we are.
Yeah, this is your rug. Rug.
So that's a really fun experience for, her and myself. We had really great fun with this. But we did have some issues with the product that we have. It's actually with our manufacturing partners in Shenzhen. Everything is built within like the Chinese ecosystem. So that means everything's written in Mandarin. Everything is spoken in Mandarin. And also they use WeChat. So we did have some issues with WeChat, and I'll share like some of those little fun things that we were doing. She was playing around in the background too.
Okay, your verified mobile number, verification code. Do you want to do it or you want me to do it? Oh, yeah, this.
So I'm just sharing that little tidbit with you because what was happening is there are certain things that we have to do in order to connect different technologies, like signing in. We have to do, like when you have to do like the images, you need to match them up in order to say that you're not a robot. People that are visually impaired, how do they do that if they're alone? They really can't. So as you can see, it's not just the hardware devices that we are building with our partners, and we have to invent new ways with different languages or different input devices or even make this longer. But there are also other like accessibility features that need to be thought of from the very, very beginning, like doing password resets or doing onboarding and getting signed up to different programs or softwares. And that is really exciting for us. I know it's going to be a really big challenge, but let's talk about a little bit more about the devices because it's really cute. How does it work? It's just a single camera, like I said. It's not the most like wow tech, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, you can't see anything." I was like, "Of course not. I can't see anything. Neither can my friends." There is on-device AI. In fact, we did a lot of stuff here without even getting attached to data or Wi-Fi. Like I said, there's an AirTag here. We didn't do the experiments that day, but on the second day that she was with us and with our partner at Collective Perspectives, when they attached it to a hotspot to her mobile device, then she got the GPS capabilities. She didn't have to download a new app or anything. And the AI could do recognition of more items. So it could recognize dog breeds. It could recognize how many kids were in the pool. It could recognize different plants. That is truly amazing when you really think about the power of just having a very simple camera. A very simple camera. That's really exciting for us. One of the other really cool features that they have in China, because the servers for this device with this right now, and we are going to be getting our servers in US, the WeChat functionalities actually have a really cool thing. So I can't see anything, I'm blind. I call up my brother and I do a video call. So he can see everything that I'm looking at, and he can tell me where to go or what to do. Or don't pick that one, pick something else. You know, when you go to the grocery store for a family member and they're like, you brought the wrong thing home. So this is really exciting because not only for just like daily tasks, but we're looking at how could something like this with a very economical device actually be a creation of jobs in the future. We look at where there are some nations that do not pay as much as for the same type of roles or jobs. One example is in the United States. I think it was the United States or the UK. They had women in the Philippines on video calls being the checkout people for people that were in the store. Now, I think that's really amazing how technology can do that. And that's like also another really interesting way that I'm looking at what could be done with these, with employing people in other nations, also working with people that are visually impaired side by side. So it's not an AI and a human, it's human AI. And that's really exciting to me. I hope that it brings up new ideas and thoughts for people. Just the remote calling features are really exciting. Like, I just want to remote call people through my glasses, and I want to be able to do that as fast as possible. I can't wait to go to China and try them. Now, we have just 4 more minutes left, but do you know somebody that's visually impaired? What would their dream tech do? And where would it help most people? I just want you to think about that. Put it in the comments. And if you're watching this in a replay, just this is something that we might think about only if we're near people that are visually impaired but at one point, you might have been visually impaired, you know, yourself. Like sometimes like I get fuzzy eyes. I think maybe that's because like I have a couple too many beers, but that's not the point. But as people age, they do start to lose their sight a little bit. And that is a big change in somebody's life. So I want to open this up to anybody who wants to think about what we can do. I'm inviting different organizations, educators, brands, local governments to really join us. We want to create different pilot programs in different countries and different schools and different places, public spaces. So if you're watching this in a replay or you're in a different country and let me know. I don't even know what city you're in. Please type that in. Just imagine launching just like a very simple pilot. Just a little simple pilot. It could be like a demo test with people in your city, and we can test different colors. Oh, Junagadh. Okay. It's in, oh, nice. Very cool. Just imagine if we could bring these there and we can test people and do like a fun game show, make some like TikToks or you guys might have TikTok in India. Just imagine we can do like a fun little game like we were doing guess the face, because when Lily first did my face, it said stranger, woman, 45 years old. I felt really bad. But then I got younger and younger the more it was used. But there's really fun things that we could do with different local communities. And if you have an idea of what we can do and work together, I'd love to speak to you or any organization that you're talking to. We're putting together a founding accessibility cohort with around Lily. We have been interviewing with advisors, leaders from Singapore, some from around the globe. And we're really hoping to put a group of change makers together around the globe. We're going to help test, shape this, and share these tools globally. And hopefully our developer community will also love to help join and build on top of our open source code platform that we're going to be building right from scratch. And if you want to be a part of that, just drop an eye maybe, or like the emojis with the shades so that I know that we can connect. And up next week, we have our AI glasses for healthcare heroes. So we're going to be talking about training and support for frontline workers and domestic helpers. So I'm really excited. If you're in Singapore and you want to drop by, we'll be at the Justco Marina Square office, Lily and I, see you on Wednesday afternoon after the webinar, so you can top up by. And before we close, I want to ask everybody one thing. What is the real reason you showed up today and what's pulling you towards this work? Let that guide you, whether you're here as an innovator, investor, educator, or an ally. This is your moment to shape the future with sight beyond sight. Thank you, and can't wait to see you next week.